Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT grammar questions out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problems that we are about to solve are the ones that you will find on page number 839. Please turn to it. Page 839, and today is our lesson number 40. Today is our lesson number 40. These are a series of 18 questions that we've been doing. Day before yesterday we did the easy ones on page number 838. Yesterday we did the problems that you see in the first column. Those are the medium ones in a series of 18 questions. And today we'll do 25 through 29. Those are the hard ones. Number 25. It says, tell you what, before we do number 25, before we do question number 25, there's a problem that is not in the book. I'm going to give you here. It goes something like this. Mike and his brother were inspired to become a musician when, or rather after, hearing Yo-Yo Ma. What I want you to do is fix this sentence yourself first. See what you can do with it. Do you find anything wrong with this sentence? Do you think anything that needs to be fixed in this sentence? Pause the video if you have to. Think about it and see what you can do here. Mike and his brother. What is the subject of this sentence? Subject of this sentence is not Mike alone. Subject of the sentence is Mike and his brother. Mike and his brother are two people, which is why we have a verb. Which is why we have the verb in the plural form. Mike and his brother were inspired to become. It's very difficult for two people to inspire to become a musician. They were inspired to become musicians. They were inspired to become musicians after hearing Yo-Yo Ma. Because the subject of the sentence is plural. And two people cannot inspire to become a musician. Do you understand? Now let's do the one that we have here, number 25. Number 25. People who wish to be a model should remember that not all modeling is glamorous, and that a great deal of it is simply tiring, B, C and D, all of that part that I just read, the second half of the sentence, we are not interested in that. That's not the juicy bits, that's the boring bits. So as far as we're concerned, the sentence reads, people who wish to be a model should remember that not all modeling is glamorous. What is wrong with this sentence? What is the subject of this sentence? Subject of this particular sentence is people. People, which is plural. We do not go around saying people is running. We say people are running. We do not go around saying people is shouting. People are shouting. People is plural. And therefore, plural, more than one person will have a very tough time if they wish to become a model. People who wish to be models. People who wish to be models or to become models should remember that not all modeling is glamorous. Most of that work is actually very tiring. That's what they're trying to say here. That's all. The answer was A. The answer is A. We need models. We need models, not a model. Number 26. Professor Chen repeated her point that the hero, that part is fine. She repeated her point that her hero, if given a chance to relive, would choose to do it. So read the sentence slowly, because as I told you before, we are in the hard area here, we are in the hard territory, we are towards the end of the 18 questions. You have to slow down and take your time, because otherwise there is a chance that you might miss this, because now the mistakes are not as glaring as they used to be in the easy questions. The mistakes become more and more subtle, therefore they become more and more difficult to spot. Let's read the sentence one more time, slowly, you and I together. Professor repeated her point that her hero, if given a chance to relive, would choose to do so. He would choose to do so if he's given a chance to relive. Professor repeated her point that the hero, if given a chance to relive, would choose to do so. That's all, not it. He, the hero or heroine, whoever it is, would choose to, he or she would choose to do so. In other words, would choose to actually relive. Do you understand? That's it. So it needs to be changed to so. The hero would choose to do so. Number 27. The professor's insistence. The professor's insistence on high standards and rigorous exams are not, despite what students think, part of a plan to withhold high grades. From them. The professor's insistence on high standards and rigorous examination are not, despite what the students think, part of a plan to withhold high grades from them. One more time. The professor's insistence on high standards and rigorous examination, despite what the student think, despite what the students think. Oh, they put R note here. I would have put R note here. It doesn't matter. Rigorous plan, high standards and rigorous examinations are not, despite what the student think, part of the plan to withhold high grades from them. First thing first, the stuff that we see between the comma, which is why I put it on a separate line here. There's a comma here, there's a comma here. As I always remind you, in vast majority of the cases, when you see this stuff between the two commas there, that is just there to fill up space, to make the sentence longer, to confuse you, to distract you. Ignore it. We're not interested in any of this. It's not going to change our sentence. Ignore it. Now it's like this. But what is the subject of this sentence? That's what we're trying to look at here. We're trying to figure out, as always, the very first thing we always want to do is find out the subject of the sentence. What is the subject of the sentence? Subject of this sentence is his insistence. His insistence. His insistence on high standards and rigorous examination. Let's erase that part. Now the sentence reads this: his insistence are not something. Let's ignore all of that. We have taken out all the boring bits. What we see on the blackboard now are only the juicy bits. His insistence are not something. Obviously, it's very easy to see now what the problem is. His insistence is singular. The form of the verb that they use is plural. His insistence is not something. That's it. Insistence is singular. His insistence is not something, something, something. That's all. The answer here was A. Answer is A. Take out all the boring bits. Take out all the bits that are there just to annoy you. Take out everything that does not actually add anything to the sentence. They give you more detail, more and more details. Take all of that out. Just concentrate. Our job is simply to concentrate on the grammar portion. That's it. What exactly does the sentence say? We really don't care about that, as long as the grammar is correct. You understand? So simplify whatever it is that they're trying to say here. Number 28. Watkin believes that the decline of essay, in the US is largely due to the decreasing number of inquiring readers. Where is the A part? He believes that the decline of the essay writing, that is, he's talking about the decline of essay in the US is largely due to the decrease in the number of inquiring readers. He believes that the reason why people, more and more people are unable to compose even the simplest of paragraph is because they do not read enough. They would rather sit in front of the tube, they would rather sit in front of the computer screen or the video games and just do that all day instead of picking up a decent book and reading it like we used to do back in the old days. That's what the point is here. How do we fix this sentence? That's our point here. That's our concern here. How do we fix this sentence? Let's read one more time and see if we can find what is wrong with this sentence. He believes that the decline of the essay in the US, anything wrong so far? Nothing is wrong so far. He believes that the decline of the essay in the US, nothing is wrong so far. Answer is not A, answer is not B. It's largely due to, that's an idiom. That's an idiom. Due to, that is, it is largely due to, or it is mainly due to, or it is primarily due to. Due to part is the idiom. It is largely due to, as I said, or is mainly due to, or it is primarily due to. Due to what? Due to the decrease of inquiring reader. They should have said due to the decrease in the number of inquiring, or they do say actually due to the decrease, due to the decreasing number of inquiring. There you go, right here, due to the decrease in the number of inquiring readers. There is nothing wrong with this sentence. This sentence is just fine the way it is. There is nothing wrong with it. The answer is C. Number 29, the very last one. Let's see what we can do here. Today, a medical doctor must often make a choice between engaging in private practice or engaging in research. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do with this sentence. Obviously, it's the very last one in a series of 18 questions. There is something subtle, there is something very minute, nuances that they're looking for of the grammar, something that most people would not pay attention to. And that happens towards the end of it. The idioms, as I always remind you, typically appear, not always, but typically. If they're testing your knowledge of idioms on the easy or medium questions, then those idioms are very easy, very simple, almost everybody knows them. The classic idiom that they test, where they always give you one idiom, only one in the entire exam, typically in the easy parts of the exam, where they test to see if you know the idiom either or neither nor. It appears only once in the entire exam. Don't get too excited. But typically, when the idioms appear in the hard questions, they are appearing in the hard questions because those are not the sort of idioms that most people will think of, particularly if you're a non-native. Let's see what's going on here. I have to make a choice. Listen to me. I have to make a choice. I have to choose. Look. I have to choose. Where can I put it here? Forget about all of this thing. Here's the thing. Choose between A or B. Is that how you would say something? If you put two things in front of somebody, is that how you would say to a person? Is that how you would say it? Choose between A or B? Think about it for a second. What would you say? You would say, choose between A and B. Choose between A and B. Not choose between A or B. That's the idiom. It's just you simply have to know it. This particular doctor that we're talking about here, the poor guy, well actually this is not a particular doctor, they're making a very general statement here. It says, today a doctor must often make a choice or choose same thing. A doctor today must often make a choice between A and B. They have to make a choice between engaging in private practice and engaging in research. You have to make a choice between A and B. Make a choice between A and B, not A or B. Choose between A and B, not A or B. That's it. The answer is D. Just keep it very simple. Think about it. You know, when you talk to somebody, what do you tell them? You tell them, go ahead and choose between this and that. You're not going to say choose between this or that. That's not the right expression. That's not the right idiom. You understand? Alright? That's all it is. That's just a matter of idiomatic expression here. You could say pick either this or that. pick either this or that. You can have it. You can have either this or that, but make a choice. Make a choice between this and that, not this or that. That's all. The answer is D, as I said. That was the end of our day number 40, and since it's day number 40, that tells us that this was the end of exam number 8. Because as I told you before, it takes 5 days to go through this one section of grammar questions, 5 days per exam, which means today is the end of our 8th exam. We have 2 more exams to go, 10 more videos you will see from me, 41 through 45 on exam number 9, and then finally the exam number 10. Alright? I'll see you next time when we'll begin the grammar questions in the penultimate exam. I'm going to close our video on the vocabulary word, a vocabulary word that we have learned many a times. It doesn't hurt to one more time. It doesn't hurt to learn it one more time. Next time we'll begin the penultimate exam. Penultimate exam, as you already know, if you've been watching these videos of mine, it's just a very fancy way of saying second to the last exam. Second to the last. Next time we'll begin our second to the last exam, our penultimate exam. I'm looking at the list here to see when we learned it. Penultimate. Just give me 1 second. I know we have learned it, obviously. Exam day number 11. Just type in SAT vocabulary words. SAT vocabulary words. Day 11, and it will pop right up. All right? Learn that word. Learn all the other words in that particular video. Learn as many words as you can. Improve your vocabulary. That is the most important ingredient in getting a decent score in the reading part of the exam. Here we are to raise our score in the writing portion of the exam, the grammar portion, the writing portion of the exam. If you need help with if you are interested in improving your score in the math portion of the exam, there are also math videos on at my channel that you will find, where I have solved every single math problem that you find in this book, every single one of them, all 10 exams, math problems from all 10 exams. You will find solutions to those questions at my channel. There are 150 videos that you will find there. So the help is there. Help is there to help you. Help is there to help you does not work very well. Help is there to assist you, if you like, because it's not a good writing to just go around repeating the words. Help is there. Resources are there rather to help you get a better score in the entire exam. The math, the reading, the writing, it's all there. It's up to you whether or not you wish to avail yourself to these resources. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.